joining me, Heather Dodson, the 2021 GRRA president, and we have Kathy Carpenter. She is our representative for the MLS Board and also a past president of GRRA. And we are looking at the statistics for Guilford County for Q3 over the Q3 in 2020 and looking at what has changed, where the numbers are, and we're just going to have a little discussion about that today. Welcome, Kathy.
Thanks, Heather. Yeah, the numbers look a lot similar, like we've done this every quarter now. So a lot of the numbers are kind of the same, but just to highlight some of the few that we see that are a little different is listings are actually up 10.8%, which is good. I think that gives buyers a little more choices. So that's interesting, but pending sales are down 3.6. Now, I don't know if that is starting a trend. Obviously, this is just a quarter, but maybe sales are slowed down just slightly. But obviously, 3.6 is not a big trend. And then obviously, closed sales are up 8.3. So that's all good.
So the biggest takeaway that I saw looking at the numbers is the days on market. So last year, the days on market 2020 Q3 was about 34, and now we're sitting about 12 days on the market. So that's almost a 65% difference, which I think is the biggest difference in looking at all the numbers that we have, which means most of the properties that are selling are only sitting on the market for less than 2 weeks, which is really crazy. So the ones that are going under contract fast are going really quickly. So that's the biggest difference I saw over last year. And then the month supply of inventory last quarter in 2020 was 1.5, and now we're down to 1.1. So even though our listing amount has gone up, our month supply of inventory is still low because buyers are still buying. So that was a 26.7% difference over last year. So that was a pretty big difference as well. Right. What do you think about the sales prices, Kathy? What are they trending?
Well, that was interesting too. Our median sale price last year was $238, and this year it's $265. So that's about a 10% increase. So that shows the properties are definitely appreciating, and the average was 8.8% up. So pretty close there, 10 to 8. So things are still selling really good.
So prices are going up. They're still selling faster. And we're starting to have a little bit more inventory, I think, which is a good thing as a buyer. But look at the percentage of list price received. Now, last year in this time, we were getting about 99.3. Now the average is 101.9, so almost at 102% list to sales price, which means those properties are selling, quite a bit over list price. And that's a 2.6% increase over last year. So the numbers are still trending up, every one pretty much, except for that pending sales. So what do you think is going to happen for the rest of the year? What do you see? Is there going to be any more changes? Are we still trending up? What do you think?
I just think we're going to see maybe these sort of numbers carry over to the fourth quarter. And we all know sometimes the holidays have been extremely busy for us, and sometimes they've slowed down a little bit. So I think that'll yet to be seen. Still, indicators are interest rates are going to go up next year, but haven't really seen that happening yet, maybe just ever so slightly.
Yeah, I mean, I think in general, the rates are still so low that if you can find a property to purchase, it's still a great time to buy. And then with prices going up and days on market going down, it's still a really great time to sell. So, the market is still been kind of steady throughout this year, but definitely up over last year. So it'll be interesting to see what the last 4 quarter does and also what happens in 2022.
And still time to buy a house before Thanksgiving or Christmas.
Yeah. And with the new listings more coming on the market, hopefully that will help the inventory shortage a little bit. So I'm excited to see what the rest of the year holds, but do you have anything else that you want to add?
No, I think that's good. I think we're chugging along great.
I think so. Well, we appreciate all of you out there, and thank you, Kathy, for taking the time to chat with me a little bit today, and we will see you next quarter.